Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a first video of .NET 0 to Hero series, and if you are a beginner and looking to learn .NET, so this is the right place. We are going to cover from scratch to advanced level, and if you will follow this tutorial, not only you will learn .NET, but I will help you for interviews as well. So along with the learning .NET, I will share the interview questions as well. So once you will complete this series, you will learn the .NET as well as you will be ready for interviews. And after this series, we are going to create one real-time project for better understanding. So let's start. And before starting, there is no prerequisites because we are starting from scratch. So I'm not expecting any prior knowledge for .NET. You just have one systems, and then we are going to start from very basics. So today we are going to discuss the few things. Number one is what is .NET, then IL code, CLR, CLI, CLS, CTS, and at the last I will show you which ID we need to continue for the .NET. So let's begin. And as this is a first video and initial one or two videos, we need to go through more on theory because these are the very basic questions. And if you are learning a .NET, you must be know this questions. So you must know these concepts because if you are appearing for any interviews and if you are not able to answer these basic questions, then it will give very bad impressions. So let's start. So as you are learning .NET, anyone will ask if what is a .NET. So if you will try to find the full form of .NET, there is no full form of .NET. But .NET, if I want to say in the definition, I will say like if you want to create any Windows applications, web applications, or mobile applications, so you can with the help of .NET you can create a Windows web or mobile applications, and with the help of programming languages and servers, etc. So to create a mobile web or Windows application, we can use .NET. .NET is a platform to create a web, Windows, or mobile applications. So this is clear. Now there are few core components of .NET, and which is very important. As I mentioned, if you're appearing for interviews, you must know about these core components. So there are two terms. Before I will begin with the IL code, there are two terms which is very important to understand. One is platform independent and another one is platform dependent. So what do you mean by platform independent and platform dependent? So in early days, when we create any application, because we can create applications with the help of programming language, right? And that is a .NET. With the .NET, we can create the under the .NET we have programming languages, and with that we can create applications. So if you are developing any application in one platform, platform is nothing but OS in one operating system, and if you are able to run that application under that platform only, under that OS only, so that application is known as a platform dependent. Whereas platform independent is, suppose you develop one application in one platform, in one OS, and you are able to run that application in another platform, another OS as well. So that application is known as a platform independent. So in early days, like when we develop application, that application becomes a platform dependent. What that mean? Like if I am creating application in Windows 8, so I can run that application only on Windows 8 because when what our OS understand is a machine code. So our OS understand the machine code. So if I am suppose for example, let's say, let me move here. Let's say I am creating a C language application. So this C application will directly generate the machine code, which can be understood by my platform. Let me remove this. Understand by platform, or I will say OS. So if I'm developing this C application in Windows 8, if I'm developing it in Windows 8, and if I will uh, compile this, then it will generate the machine code which is uh, suitable for Windows 8 OS only. So this will be suitable only for Windows 8. But there is a problem. If I want to run this code in another OS, another platform, then this will not work because it generated the machine code which is understandable only by Windows 8. So to overcome this problem, .NET came with the concept called IL code. So this IL code is also known as a CIL, Common Intermediate Language Code, or Intermediate Language Code, or also sometimes people say like MSIL code. So all these three terms are same, whether it is a IL code, Intermediate Language Code, CIL code, Common Intermediate Language Code, or MSIL code, Microsoft Intermediate Language Code. All this stands for same. So .NET came with this concept, and what .NET is saying, because directly we are generating this machine code, and that is creating a problem, right? So what .NET is saying, when you are creating application in .NET programming language, maybe let's say C Sharp .NET, or maybe we'll say VB.NET. So these are the two programming language of .NET, and if you are developing an application in C Sharp.NET or VB.NET, then this will not convert to machine code. This will convert to IL code. IL code is, what is the full form of IL code? Intermediate language code. This VB.NET will also be compiled to IL code. And then this IL code will convert to machine code, which is understandable by OS. So this IL code will convert to machine code, which can be understood by my OS, right? My platform. So now we are able to resolve, .NET is able to resolve the problem. Like .NET is saying, hey, I will not generate machine code directly. What I will do is, uh, you can take any of .NET languages, for example, C# .NET or VB .NET, and then I will generate the IL code, that intermediate language code. Then that IL code I will convert to machine code. But how this, we sometimes we say this as a half compiled code as well. So how this IL code is getting generated? So we have, let me, we are having a language compiler. So this language compiler is compiling VB.NET and C#.NET to IL code. But there are, if you will, let me open the syntax of VB.NET and C#.NET to show you the difference. Okay, so this is a code of C#.NET at my left side, and the right side you can see the VB.NET. So you can see there are few differences in the syntax. But then .NET is saying, yeah, there could be differences between the languages. Maybe C#.NET having a different syntax, and VB.NET can have different syntax. But when you are converting this language to the through language compiler through IL code, then make it uniform, make it similar. So for that, there are two things we are having in .NET, that is a CLS, Common Language Specification. So basically, it's a set of base rules all languages of .NET must follow to communicate with each other. And most importantly, after compilation of source code, all those languages need to generate the same type of output code as we discussed, right? It should generate the same IL code so that when any two language, suppose we generated IL code through C#.NET, and then another code we generated through VB.NET, and if this two language want to communicate, they should be able to communicate with each other without the mismatch, because we are following the same standard, same common language specification. So that is CLS, and there's another component is called CTS, Common Type System. So according to this, all language of .NET should follow a standard regarding the data types. Example, uniform data type structure, which means similar type must always be same in the size in respective of their names. So we saw like there could be like we are declaring integer in the different way in the VB.NET and maybe different in the C Sharp, but they should follow the uniform data type structure, that is known as a CTS. So now here we know this follow CLS, Common Language Specification, and CTS standards to convert this uh, language code through language compiler to IL code. And then this, as I mentioned, this is a half compiled code. We also call it as a half compiled code, right? Then this half compiled code fully compiled with the help of CLR. There is another component which we call as a CLR. CLR stands for Common Language Runtime, and there are many other components we are having under the CLR, which we will discuss more detail in upcoming videos. But under the CLR, we are having another compiler, which is a JIT compiler. Let me draw it here. JIT compiler, and with the help of JIT compiler, we can convert this IL code to machine code. So basically, this IL code and CLR is a part of like run under the .NET runtime. So all this will be under the .NET runtime. Maybe I can add this here. .NET runtime, and let me try to drag it. Yeah, yeah. So this is .NET runtime, and this CLR and JIT compiler, etc. reside under that, and then this converts like this. Everything runs under the .NET runtime, and then it converts to the native code, machine code. And also there is a very common interview question is getting asked, like what is the difference between managed code and unmanaged code? So if you will see here, the application, if you will see this C application, so application that directly run under the OS are known as unmanaged apps. So this is unmanaged apps because directly we are running under the OS, but application that are run under the .NET runtime are known as a managed app. So here we are having the .NET runtimes, and our application is running under the .NET runtime. So we can say it is a managed apps. Also, if you remember, we discussed about the platform dependent and independent, right? So we said like when we are converting it to IL code, and then the CLR and just-in-time compiler is helping us to make our IL code to machine code, and it is making the our application as a platform independent. But there is a problem with the .NET, like till 2016, when only .NET framework was there, we can run our .NET application only on Windows application. So we cannot say our .NET application is fully platform independent. Like we can only run on Windows. But in 2016, .NET introduced .NET Core. So the difference between .NET Framework and .NET Core is .NET Core is fully like platform independent, while .NET Framework was partially platform independent because we were able to only run on Windows OS. But from .NET Core in 2016 onwards, we can run our application even on we can develop on Windows, and we can run on the Mac OS or Linux OS as well. So that was introduced in 2016, and from 2020 onwards, .NET combine both .NET Framework and .NET Core, and now it is only a .NET. So till 16 to 20, it was .NET Core and then .NET Framework, and now it is completely .NET, which is fully platform independent and can be run on any OS, any platform. So whatever we have discussed in this video, based on that, I have created this simple assessment. So you just need to fill your name and your country, and then there are the six questions we are having, like what does CTS stands for in the .NET, which of the following is not characteristic of intermediate language in .NET, which is the primary purpose of CLS, and then which of the following is the key difference between .NET Core and .NET Framework, and which of the following platform does .NET Core support, and what happens if to IL code during the execution of .NET applications. So these are the six questions. Each question contains 1 point. So just try this, and you can find this link in the description block. So just try to go through this, and I will appreciate if you can share your feedback and what improvements you need on this. And even if you like this video, please give your comments. So your comments and your suggestions motivate me to continue and create a similar video. And as I mentioned, like I will help you for interview as well, interview preparation as well. Not only you will learn .NET, but I will give the interview question as well. But watching this video is not only sufficient. Along with that, you need to practice at your home. You need to watch this video 1 or 2 times. You need to understand all this terminology, and you need to remember it. So whenever next time if anyone is asking you, you should be able to answer it. And just to verify this, I created this assessment, and in upcoming videos also we will make it interactive. I'll try to create assessments and coding challenges as well. So that's all for this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and please don't forget to give your comments. Thank you. Happy watching.